This hyperextension, okay, will be anchor, anchor, and then a fan, okay? So right around 4 finger widths, right around here, you can go single, okay? Single like that. Big hand too, hand position, big hand. It's analogous to splaying the foot, okay? Because you want to tape it, since the tape doesn't expand, you want to tape it where it's at its biggest. Alright, so we're not doing any circulation. Single like this, single strips, or on this hand, okay? If the wrist allows it, you can go continuous, big hand, okay, out like that. Either way you want to do it for the exam, that's fine, just no wrinkles, okay? Come out here, start on the palm if you want, doesn't matter, okay, pinch. Anytime you go pinch the tape around 1/4 or even 1/5, once you go through the thumb space, okay, turn around, okay, come around, and then just one complete time. Doesn't matter which way you go. If you want to go on the top, if that's easiest for you, same thing, okay, and then just pinch, okay, around, trying your best not to get in the knuckles. This is on the cusp. Well, you get marks taken off if you're right over the knuckles, okay? So that's why we want to pinch the tape, all right, because then it doesn't get too sticky. Here with hyperextension, hyperflexion, measure it out, full anchor to full anchor as best you can, and then we'll make a fan, okay, around 2 to 3 X's, okay? So that's 2, here's the second, I can add one in the middle, okay, and then let's add a third one. Okay, trying to make one end a bit wider, okay, because you'll see the hand is wider here than the wrist, okay, so this might be a little bit too wide, okay, but it still might fit. Okay, coming up right here, so wider hand, thinner wrist, alright, trying your best to make it the width of both, okay? Come out here, anchor one side, okay, this is your fail-safe, come out like this, anchor one side, and then it's your fail-safe for your restriction. So we want to restrict it, maybe this is his painful range, so bring it up a bit, out like that, okay, and try it, okay, just test it, it's a little bit in, maybe you want to go a bit tighter. If you want to go tighter or looser, then you can readjust it, okay? So come out, let's go a little bit tighter, put it on, coming out, okay, there, that's restricting it out of his painful range of motion, okay? Then you close off this part, out like this, if you can, coming around, okay? You got some extra here, you can always go too much, you never want to go too little, or else you won't get that support. You can either cut this off with scissors, or just fold it, and then re-anchor it here, okay? And there's our hyperflexion, okay? Hyperextension, same thing here. We have our anchor, okay? Coming out this way, and then we make our fan again. It's the exact same, just on the other side, okay? But we'll just show just to get more reps here. Okay, and they come up. Whichever side you want to anchor, it's okay. I just prefer on the wrist. All right. So anchor one side. This one we want to go continuous. Okay, let's cover this edge here. Out like that. Okay. Coming out. And he feels pain a little bit more here, so he wants to go a little bit longer. So we come over here, and that's a bit out of his painful range. Okay, and go one end, tape this here, go around, okay, and then cover that up. Or again, if you want to use scissors, that's fine. Okay, and there's our wrist hyperflexion. Okay, hyperflexion is what you're restricting. If it's a wrist hyperflexion, you want to restrict flexion, okay? If it's a hyperextension, you want to restrict extension, okay? Give me another wrist, contact. Contact wrist. Stand up, please.
Yeah.
Okay. Contact wrist is the same thing, but it's all continuous. It's the athletic tape zinc oxide version of the knee one we showed you and the elbow hyperextension. All we're doing is continuous anchors here and finding X's. Okay. So all it is, big hand once again. Okay. Whichever way you want to go this way or that way, it's up to your preference. Okay. Coming up, around. Okay, and we want, for the purpose of the test, we want X's on both sides. Okay, so start off on this side, let's re-anchor. Coming out here, so there's our anchor, and then come up. What Sabrina and I are going to look for are 2 X's on each side. All right, so just to make it easy on you when you apply this, here's the first line of the first X. Come around. Boom, there's our first X, restricting extension. Okay, come around, go where the tape wants to go. If it wants to go here, there's a lot of wrinkles here. So come around, and here's the first line of the second X, and you will get wrinkles. Come around, there's our second line, our second X. Now turn around to the other side. Okay, come around, let's go around a little bit more, angle the tape better, and then let's make our next X. Okay. Around, there's our first X done. Come around, there's our first line of the second X. And there's our second X. And then there you go. Okay, this is a contact wrist. Okay, you can put it on both sides, on one side if you want. All right, but for the purpose of the exam, we want to see X's on both sides and 2 X's. All right, okay. So same thing, 4 finger widths from kind of like the ulnoid styloid, all right? Wrinkles, we will be a bit more lenient on because it's very tough to do this without wrinkles, all right? When we take this off, we'll check out, yes, restricting range of motion. There's a mark for that. We'll come across, there's 1 X, okay? There's a half a X, there's a full X. Another half, second X, let's go around. Okay, 1. There's 1 X, and I see the second X coming out this way. There you go, okay? And it's just continuous, all right? So that's your contact wrist. We don't have time, and again, I really apologize for coming in late, but that's the tape job. In the open lab, we'll show you, we showed the Street Fighter, which is another view, which is an FYI tape job, all right? Okay, so those are the tape jobs with 2 minutes to spare.